Okay, it's 8:30. Good morning, everybody. I'd like to call to order this meeting for the Land, Water and Forest Resources. Roll call, please.
John Sarowski,
Here.
Steve Carrianen,
Here.
Kay Wilson, Randy Newman,
Here.
Brian Bissonette. You have a quorum.
Okay, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Number 4, the certification of compliance.
This meeting has been noticed to the public and news media as required by section 19.84 of the Wisconsin statutes.
And number 5, the meeting agenda is set. Number 6, public comments. I've got one here for Linda Zillmer.
Good morning, Linda Zillmer, Edgewater property owner, resident of the village of Birchwood. Earlier this morning, I sent all the county board members an email with some links to videos you can watch about groundwater and groundwater protection. And protecting groundwater is a priority, I believe, in a number of different departments in the county. And the reason I am speaking this morning is this committee is the committee of jurisdiction for land and water conservation. And there is a land and water resource management plan that the county is required to update on a periodic basis. And in turn for that plan and carrying out the items of work identified in that plan, the state provides the county with money for a good share of the funding of staffing for the department. And I think the reason I'm trying to tie it to dollars is that seems to be where most of the decisions get made. And I think there's also maybe confusion as to who pays county salaries. A large share of it is property taxes, but again, through DAC cap and maintaining the goals and activities of the Land and Water Resources Management Plan, especially that department gets funded. We have a situation that came up that I just became aware of last night. That the reason I'm asking for committees to think about groundwater protection, and we'll be asking the zoning committee to start work on a municipal wellhead ordinance, is because we have another situation of a potential development that would threaten a municipal well. Communities like the city of Hayward or Radisson or maybe even Winter, they generally have their own wellhead protection ordinances, but it's only enforceable within their municipal boundaries. The purpose of a municipal wellhead protection ordinance is to allow county zoning to apply an extra layer of protection in the towns adjacent to the area of the wellhead where the well draws water from. This has come up in the past and the county has not acted on it, but we have yet another situation where a municipal well could be threatened. So a municipal wellhead protection ordinance would act similarly to shoreland protection, and hopefully other committees will take this up too. But please also, I guess I'm asking that this committee put on a future agenda item the update to the Land and Water Resource Management Plan, maybe a review of how the county is complying with what they've set out as their goals, and to address the need for a municipal wellhead protection ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you. Number 7, consider approval of minutes from the previous meeting.
I move to approve the minutes from 7/10/24.
Okay. Motion is made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Number 8, Register of Deeds monthly report. We were just talking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's good to see though. I'm gonna ask a question because I do not know. What is a Laredo? Okay. Thank you. Any questions? Then we go on to number 9. Excuse me here. Number 9, the events is a Camba Festival of Trails event application.
Okay, yep. So that's it's kind of a scavenger hunt thing. They've got a course set out on the county forest. They've got their insurance in, no issues that I foresee, so I would suggest we can approve.
Okay, is there any questions about this? Everybody can read what's in their packet. I would just need a motion to approve or motion to not approve the application.
I'll make a motion to approve the Canva.
Okay, a motion has been made to approve the Campbell Festival of Trails event application. Is there a second? I'll second it. Motion was made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. We're up to number 10, Surveyors Department.
All right, so you see you got a report there from Chris Gregory. I'm gonna read a report from my office via Kimberly Wentz. Our office has been staying up to date on property transfers. Large number of certified survey maps have been recorded this year. As we've discussed previously, currently we're up to 72 CSMs recorded this year. And last year at this time, it was 43. We're still waiting on board of review for the town of Bass Lake, Meadowbrook, and Radisson. All 3 of these municipalities are getting full revaluations done this year, so that wait is expected. In addition to that, the LCO tribal government has hired a GIS person. So we've been in contact and are helping getting them set up with whatever they need. Anything that we can do to help any GIS efforts at the tribe helps us. So, we're looking forward to good communication there. Hopefully, get some more information that, we may have not been able to in the past, just, when it comes to GIS data. So looking forward to that.
Thank you. Number 11, Sawyer County Forestry Department, Recreational Trails Report. Anything here on motorized or non-motorized?
I
Okay,
got one from Cassie LaRue this morning for the motorized. She said the trail's been very busy. I've noticed riders are beginning earlier in the day, earlier than they used to now. Riders are beginning around 9 a.m. with a steady stream throughout the lunch hour. Riders drop off a little between 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. then start back up. Numbers until they go down to about 6 p.m. Saturday has been the heaviest traffic, followed by Fridays and Sundays, maintaining the weekends more than the weekdays. Consistent all week long with their recordings. They were over at the NORTAC meeting. I was with her, and they're getting ready to do all the data on the surveys for the 9 counties involved with that. They have over 2,000 people that have surveyed so far, so they're gonna get all the data collected and then give that back to us so that we can see what that data shows as far as for ATVs, UTVs. Also, over at the NORTAC meeting, they're talking about the ORV council and having them try to tighten up their funding because they've been funding, they're funded a $1.3 million campground that's not even in a proximity location right now to an ATV trail in another county. But by the way, their bylaws are written, they can do that right now, so. And they have extra money that's tied up in the government right now that they can't allocate because of the way it's set through the government. So they're gonna try to lobby some of the representatives and senators to change that so they can access some accounts. Cause they're worried if they do not, the state's gonna absorb that money and put it into other areas. That's all Kathy has for this month.
I had a question. It's my understanding that ATVs are not allowed on state highways. Is that correct? Like Highway 77?
There's certain spots I've seen throughout the state just to get an access point, but I don't think on 77 they're not.
So,
In general, no, but you can petition if it's connecting a trail. short
so,
distance.
with the opening of roads in the town of Round Lake coming up, soon as everything's signed, people are driving down Highway 77 from the town of Hayward. And I just didn't know if we wanted to address that with signs to not be on the state highways or where we would take up that issue.
I don't believe you can't sign for like official highway signs would not be one that says you cannot ride. I would take that though to the sheriff. So they put additional patrols on that area.
I have seen signs that ATVs are not allowed on state highways, though.
It says it down, I think I've seen it down by Highway 70. It has one that says that, if I remember right, Andy.
Yeah, generally you just sign for roads that are open. not-
I know that there's a
trails,
short
but-
chunk up by S that they did open to connect two
We
trails.
opened it
Yeah.
to scoot around across
Right.
the
Yeah, but
highway.
we'll have to talk to Doug, I guess, if you're seeing more
Yeah,
traffic on 77.
Put
like
that to commissioner as well.
Thank you.
Number 11B, County Forestry Report.
Okay, for the month of July, we did have 7 sales listed as active. We're still having a fair amount of activity. Markets are a little bit tight yet, but we're still getting the wood cut that we need to get cut right now. So our sale value on file right now is just over 4.5 million. Revenue for the month, we were just under 180,000. So our year to date is just over 1.7 million. So, you know, barring any catastrophe right now, we should hit our projected revenue budget. Sale inspections were on target for the level of activity. We did have 1 track turned in for review. Recon, we're also on target there. A Good Neighbor Authority for July, we didn't have any activity on that. Holidays and everything else, the foresters have been stretched thin, so haven't been able to get on that. Oak wilt, we did have a newly identified infected tree in the Sealy Hills area, in the area of Janet Road and Highway 00. That was treated by forestry staff with a frill girdle and herbicide, which is a recommended treatment from DNR Forest Health Specialists. So that's the first one for the year on county forest, but we'll keep an eye on that. Usually later in August, DNR will do some sort of flight to see if they can detect any new infestation sites. So it's kind of a busy time for that, to keep an eye out on that. We're also seeing a lot of chestnut borer damage from last year that, you know, at first glance can look like oak wilt, but it's a naturally occurring pest that just happens. So nothing new to report for bike trails or Berkey Trail. For ATV snowmobile trails, We did complete the Trail 31 rehab project from the Tuscobia to Rusk County line in the Birchwood area. That was a 3.9 mile rehab that Select Excavating completed. We also finished a Tuscobia project from Crawford Road to Uncle Tom's Road. 7.4 miles of a rehab there. Thompson and Sons completed that project. And we started a new project here this week. Trail 11 from the Tuscobia Trail to Lost Lake Road. That's in the Coudray area. That should be underway right now. That's 3.1 mile rehab. Select Excavating has that project as well. We still have the Trail 5 rehab out by Fish Trap Lake that we're waiting for the contractor to come back in and finish that one up this year. So other than that, I don't have anything else to report. If anyone has any questions.
How long does that contractor have on that job?
Till the end of the year. So
Okay.
December 31st.
December 31st?
Yep.
Okay. Any further questions? Okay, 12B USDA report.
Missed
Okay.
DNR report.
Oops. I'm sorry, DNR report.
DNR report. My name's David Totis. I'm filling in for Brody today.
Okay.
It's not available. So Brody submitted a quick report.
Yep.
Number of us staff right now are working on a couple of timber sales that we've been assigned. Everything's going well. Enjoying the cooler weather right now. It's been fantastic. So one thing to note too, we have a bi-monthly meeting, DNR staff and county forestry staff, and we were just discussing improvements to the Parks Farm Road this week. And at the moment, we're lining up equipment and staff right now to take advantage of some of the drier weather coming up ahead here and getting an additional half mile of improvements done to that road. So that should be happening pretty soon here. And then Brody also has notes for the Sustainable Forestry Grant application for the Draper Road project was submitted. It looks like last month you guys approved for that. So he has that submitted and all the supporting documents. And so it's in the hands of the grant to see if it gets accepted.
I have a question for you and for Greg. The condition of the bridge on Thornapple Grade, how is that going to affect the coming winter time? The logging, the contracts in general?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything directly, but for quite a few of those sales, I think that's gonna be a significant impact for the contractors, the ones that they're gonna be heading west, anywhere in that area that got across the bridge. If we're far enough north on the grade, they'll shoot out to W, but it's gonna be an issue, I think. Some of that wood we're having a hard enough time selling as is, kind of the heavier hardwood pulp in that area. So any tweak that kind of cuts into that margin is gonna be a significant hit. But like I said, I haven't had a complaint or concern about it yet. I don't know if the contractors are aware that it's been posted yet, because they don't really get down in there a whole lot in the summer usually. So, but I'm sure the concern's gonna be coming in once we start looking at frozen ground.
I also have a problem down there right now. They're gonna start doing some crushing down there. And Golat's gonna meet my guys in 10 minutes and probably will be expecting, well, I guess he can drive the pickup over the bridge, but he'll be bringing all his equipment in.
Mhm.
Gonna have to go around the other way.
Yep, the big loop, so. Yeah,
If you hear anything about, where it concerns the loggers, please bring it up.
okay, will do.
Thank you. Hope we get in the right track. Number 12A, Conservation Department update.
Yeah, for the month of July and beginning of August here, we're still looking at the 7 county-owned dams. This year has been extremely busy with the amount of rain that we've had, and now we're not getting the amounts of rain, so we're having to close up gates. So it's always that ebb and flow of dam season. AIS work has been steady. This includes Eurasian water milfoiling, mapping, checking on several different lakes, including meetings and trainings with lake associations, and Clean Boats, Clean Waters behavior survey. Additional site visits were conducted and ongoing. Conservation staff has been assisting property owners with shoreline erosion projects, which we just finished one up on Lake Chautauqua, buffer zone restoration projects, and design work for potential cost share projects. We also did completed construction of that cost share project, which I just indicated there on Lake Chautauqua. The tree sale, I believe, as of now is active and online, so you can start placing your tree sale orders for the tree sale that would be available next spring. So any additional questions, I'll certainly help ask or answer them.
Any questions? Thank you. Anything on USDA report? Or a LCO report? We'll go off to number 13 then. Anything from any outside committees, any updates? The only one I had was canceled last month, so wouldn't have anything myself. Number 14, future agenda item. Do we have anything there? Number 15, correspondence and reports from conferences and meetings. Anybody been to any? Other than Randy?
Just the one I talked.
Yep, appreciate that. Then I guess we're at number 16. We are adjourned. Thank you for coming.